Hello and welcome to Dive Bar Comedy, episode 77. I am Wild Joe. For those of you who've been listening to our show, you know that we are missing GT, my co-host, co-founder of this podcast, creator of the GT's Comedy Jam, very funny LA comedian who was doing open mics 5 nights a week for about 10 years on the scene. So everybody knew him. And he was also my husband. And unfortunately, he passed away December 28th. So today we are playing his last show. This was at the Liquid Zoo on December 26th. I believe this is his last show ever. And unfortunately, he kind of bombed. It was a rough crowd because there weren't too many people there. But it was also a rough set. So I debated on whether to even put it up, but it is classic GT, and we're all going to miss hearing his voice when these recordings run out. And unfortunately, this is the last show that I have recorded and the last show that he ever performed. He also helped out on some of the interviews, but he was busy working the door that night. So I did a lot of the interviews by myself. But for the next 2 weeks, we have this show from December 26th at Liquid Zoo. And I will play part 1 with his set. And then part 2 also has him in some of the interviews that we did. And then after that, no more GT. He did write a theme song. He wrote and performed a theme song for the Dive Bar Comedy podcast. And since I know I'm going to miss hearing his voice, and people around town that are used to seeing GT as a major fixture in the comedy community are going to miss him too, I am going to make sure to edit and post that theme song as the intro to our Dive Bar Comedy show starting within a couple weeks. So we can still hear him when we start the show. And we also have been doing the GT's Comedy Jam. Even though there's no GT, the GT's Comedy Jam goes on. We're doing the second Tuesday of every month at Lotus Lounge in East Hollywood, and the last Thursday of every month at Liquid Zoo out in Van Nuys. And we also picked up a new location called Witch's Brew in North Hills. That's also in the San Fernando Valley. And that place will be back on March 2nd. So I've been doing the booking. Some of the comics have been helping out with the booking, with the door, and doing the light and plugging in the speaker and the PA system and all the stuff that GT used to do. You really realize there's nobody there to do it when he's gone. So it's been rough doing these shows without him at the door. You know, pull up to the place and he's just not there, and we're gonna have to get used to it. But it's a tough spot to fill. He always went up first, or I did, one or the other, and nobody wants to go first now. And so there's a lot of jobs that he was doing at all of these shows that we just took for granted, and now we have to find people to do each and every one of these jobs. I'm doing some of it myself, and so many comics have stepped up and offered to help as well. So we have a lot of support from the people who are regulars on our show. So I want to thank Elliot Enriquez and Geezer and some of the others who have helped with the booking, with the door, and just putting these shows together. There's also the same guys that have been doing the flyers are still doing the flyers for our new shows. So keeps it rolling, keeping it rolling. But anyway, without too much introduction, I hope you guys can come out and check us out live. If you're in the LA area, say hello, stop by. We are doing, like I said, about 3 shows a month. So they're all different comics, 12 comics each, and a different lineup every time. So we're trying not to put up people more than once a month. So you'll see fresh faces every time, and they are all funny. So please come by and say hello. And with that, I will turn it over to our show from December 6th, December 26th, day after Christmas, December 26th at the Liquid Zoo. Here it is.
We have the host, the guy who put this all together, GT, here. He's working the door. GT's Comedy Jam. He booked all the comics for tonight. And it's a fun, full lineup. So, like I said, I'm Wild Joe. I got that name before I started doing comedy, believe it or not. I was working on my personalized license plate. And I couldn't find anything. All I could get were all these misspellings. I was down with Lovely Joe, Luvli. I said, I don't know if I want this misspelling on my license plate. My mom, she's sitting with me, she goes, well, what do you really want? I go, well, I really want Wild Joe, but I'm sure it's taken. She goes, well, nobody's going to marry you. Sure enough, it wasn't taken, and sure enough, I got married to GT. He likes them wild, I guess. But, no. I used to be wild. But now things have changed. I have 2 babies at home. I have an 8-month-old son and a 2-year-old daughter. So, yeah. I can't throw back the vodka shots like I used to. Otherwise, I'd have to go home and give the babies a White Russian. So I'm still breastfeeding, people. I'm breastfeeding both of them at the same time. I'm probably the only person you know who has a litter. Having a baby is a lot like having a dog, actually. They wake me up at 6 in the morning, chew on everything in the house, and take the blame every time I fart. Yeah. They also eat crumbs off the floor, so that works out too. It's crazy. People love babies, though. They do. They always want to hold the baby. I find that weird. I never wanted to hold anybody's baby. I was scared to hold my own baby when she was born, but everybody wants to hold the baby. And then they all say something I find weird. They say, oh my God, she's so cute. I want to steal her. Like, well, that is a felony, by the way. If you knew how much she pooped and cried, you would not be saying that. Yeah. This baby cries. She wakes up from a dead sleep straight into crying. Like, no transition. Yeah. A lot of people say comedians are depressed, and that depression stems from something bad that happened to you in your childhood. But I beg to disagree, because I've been with these babies from the time they were born. Nothing bad ever happened to them, but they're still very depressed. They are naturally just sad about life. I mean, both of them. As soon as they were born, they were born and just instantly started crying. Crazy. The pooping is really bad too. It stinks. It's a problem. Yeah, we bought a diaper pail trying to contain it. Doesn't hold in the smell. We have to take those diapers, throw them straight out to the trash, the outdoor trash. But, on the bright side, it solved another problem. I no longer have homeless people digging through my trash. Yeah. To keep all that recycling money for myself. Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. I was pregnant with my second baby. I found out it was going to be a boy. To tell you the truth, I wasn't that excited because I love girls and I love my little girl. I said to my husband, honey, do you think that we could love a little boy as much as we love our little girl? He goes, yeah, it's exactly the same thing, except it has a dick. And it ended up being true. We do love our boy. And the main difference is not the dick. You know? That's not the difference. The main difference is the balls. Any of you guys ever seen a newborn baby's balls? Hope nobody has, unless they have kids. You know. What are you doing thinking about these things? While I've got you thinking about it, I'll just tell you. You imagine a newborn baby's balls to be tight and firm, right? Something like young and youthful. No. If you want to know what a newborn baby's balls look like, just imagine your grandpa's balls. Grandpa's balls on that baby. Two gross images in one, right? It's disgusting. I'm sorry. My sex life went down the drain when I had a baby. I thought I was going to be doing all these sex positions. You know, I was pregnant. I printed out a diagram of all the good pregnancy positions for each trimester. I got forbidden. Halfway through pregnancy, I got forbidden from having sex at all, so I didn't get to try out any of them. You know. And then it was a big deal. My 6-week appointment after having the baby. 6 weeks after you have a baby, you go into the doctor and they give you the go-ahead to have sex again. So I get inspected. I'm getting checked out by the doctor. He says, well, everything is fine. Just your vagina is a little thin. What is that, right? I get fat. My vagina gets thin. So it's no problem. Just use this cream. Put it on twice a day. You'll be fine. He gives me this cream. It's called Premarin. Okay? I smell it. It smells horrible. I'm like, I'm not putting that anywhere near me. I look it up. Premarin stands for pregnant mare urine. They're taking piss from pregnant horses and they're giving it to women so they can have sex again after having a baby.
Oh my God.
What a way to get back in the saddle. All right, you guys. All right, I'm going to bring up our host, GT, and I hope you guys have a fun time tonight. I'm Wild Joe. Thanks a lot. GT.
Yeah! Wild Joe, people. That's my wife. My wife's name's Wild Joe. Would you marry Wild Joe? I do. Yeah, now we got 2 kids. This morning she's all like, wake up, wake up. Yo, GT, wake up. What? Start smelling some asses. Oh, God. You want me to smell your ass too, or what? Oh, man, now I have a father-in-law. He's a great guy. I love him. But on Christmas Eve, guess what he tells me? He tells me only queers wear red shoes. I was like, he accused me of being a queer just because I was wearing red shoes. I go, those aren't just any red shoes. Richard? Grandpa? Those are Air Jordans. He goes, I don't know. Those are red. Only queers wear red shoes. My brother-in-law, he bought me he brought some gift. And I opened up a gift. It wasn't even, I don't know, it was like a pack of Febreze. I was like, what's this for? I've never used it before. Oh, just air refreshener. I'm like, does my place stink? The fuck? I'm like, I'm Armenian. Next time, get me a pack of deodorant. I need that shit. I go through them all the time, over and over. I put it all over my body, even on my balls. Man, I miss being single. With my wife around. I remember once I walked up, staring into a barrel of an asshole. You guys ready for some shit? Has anyone here ever woke up staring into a barrel of an asshole? I loved it. I would love it, man. I could just smell the fart powder in and around her butt cheeks. I could just smell the farts, smoke, the morning whiff. So what I did is I stuck my pinky in her asshole and I start. What do you call that? Finger? Fucking her? And then I licked it. You can tell from the taste of a girl's asshole what ethnicity and race and religion she is. She was Cajun. From Mississippi. Down south, 30 south. And then she blew her horn. So going back to my father-in-law, I was like, Richard, do you know I'm a gay magnet? Gay guys look at me like I'm some sort of eye candy. I had a gay guy come up to me and like finger fucked me the other day. He goes, I knew you were a fairy. What was I going to talk about? People go, are you Armenian? Do you live in Glendale? Just because I'm Armenian doesn't mean I live in Glendale. I live in Los Feliz. Someone goes, that's same shit. Some Chinese, he was actually Chinese. He goes, that's the same shit. I was like, where do you live? He goes, Alhambra. I was like, Alhambra? That's like, he actually said he lives in Monterey Park. I was like, Monterey Park is Alhambra, same shit, isn't it? No. Monterey Park, less traffic. I was like, do me a favor. Go right across the street to Alhambra, get yourself some boba, and then you come right back across the street and get yourself some golden duck. And he goes, well, if you ever see an Armenian in a tree, most likely the Armenian up on that tree is the branch manager. I was like, that's racist. An Armenian in a tree. Branch manager! Armenian in a tree? That's crazy. I find that offensive. Why? Branch manager, can't you get it? You stupid! You stupid! You're telling Armenians in the tree? Yeah. If the tree tipped over and fell down, that's gonna break a whole bunch of Mercedes, Benzes, and BMWs. Oh man. The other day, some lady goes, "Your sperm is old. Your sperm made me sick. Your sperm gave me diarrhea." I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I know this lady, she swallows my sperm every single day. Every single day. And she lives up to be 95 years old. Sperm is old. Right now I can feel a spirit. She just dropped her dentures.
She's right behind you.
Poor Agnes. She died in a motorcycle accident. One day she was all like, "Hey GT, I want you to fuck my ear." I said, "Agnes, why do you want me to fuck your ear?" She goes, "Because I want to hear you come." I said, "We'll make it happen, Agnes. We'll happen. You first have to slip off those hearing aids. Slip them off, baby. Slip them off." I met her. I believe it's a true story. I met her on AOL. America's. You guys forgot AOL? America's Got Talent? Let's go. Did I ever talk about this girl's dick being one size small for my dick? You guys ever? This girl's mouth being one. Yeah. People go, "What's it like being married? What's it like being married, GT? What's it like being married?" The other day I woke up, I told my wife, "I want to put my dick in your mouth." She goes, "My mouth is asleep." I was like, "What the fuck, your mouth is asleep? I ain't signed up for this shit. I thought when you get married, you can get blowjob on demand." My mouth is asleep. So fuck this shit. This is what a scam. What a fraud. My mouth is asleep. So I said, I went in the back. I went in the garage. Got my dick all hard. Picked up a black spray paint, painted my dick black. Went back inside the house. I was like, "Honey, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up." She right away went to town. Because she loves black dick. What can I say? And then she said it would have been better if you wear a ski mask. It says ski mask, huh? Now we have a son, and my son don't look like me at all, people. He looks like some Armenian in disguise. He looks like some white boy. Completely white boy. He don't look like an Armenian, period. So never fuck your wife with a ski mask. Your son's going to end up coming out not looking like you, period. Or she might have fucked some guy down the apartment. Some apartment building down the street. Who knows? When I'm out doing mics, I could have been it. Probably fucking some other guy. Because my kids don't look like me. What else I was going to talk about? Next comic. Honey, come back here. Honey, come back here. because the host is running late. The host missed his bus. Me and the host used to be friends a long time ago. He used to, for over 10 years now, he used to always go, hey, GT, come scoop me up, man. Come scoop me up, man. Come scoop me up. I'm like, why? What do you think I am? What do you think what are you, ice cream? Come scoop you up. Scoop you up. All right, next comic coming up. Hey, yo, next comic coming up. Hello, Wild Joe, get your ass up here, girl. Because the host is running late.
All right, you guys. I know a lot of you want to walk out right now. Believe me, I've wanted to walk out too.
Hey there, we are here at Liquid Zoo with one of our favorite comics, Caroline Langford. What's up?
Good evening, love. How you doing?
I'm good. How was your holidays?
Well, you know I'm Jewish, so...
Oh, no.
Yeah,
oh,
I
you know
know.
what? I saw a picture of your mother online. She's gorgeous.
Isn't she amazing? I mean,
I don't want to say I couldn't believe it because you're beautiful too, but I couldn't believe it.
she is absolutely, I mean, my God. I mean, I've told her that I'm actually going to have to murder her soon because not only do people think that we're sisters, when people
think you're
start
the older
asking-
sister?
when they start asking, and who is the older sister?
Oh, no.
Now, lucky for her, she lives in London.
Was she a young mom?
Well, yes, she was a young mum, but even still, because I ain't so young, and she's really up there with the age.
Well, that's a great thing. You have the good genes.
I hope so. I mean, I hope I take after her. Who knows? No, but she's absolutely. I mean, she's a one-off. People
Wow.
like her. It's when their jaw drops when I go. This is my mum. That people are like, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
For people who didn't see the pictures, they don't know what we're talking about. But Caroline Langford has a gorgeous mum.
I do. I have a gorgeous mum, and
A gorgeous bum.
And well, I used to have a gorgeous bum, but over the years, maybe too much sitting. It's not as gorgeous as it was.
Aww.
You know what I find?
These are British words. Mum and bum are both British words.
They are. But you know what I find, talking about bums, is that when you get older, you can't sit for long on a wooden chair anymore.
Oh, really?
It bloody well hurts.
You lost your padding.
There's no padding left on my bum. It's, I need to get one
A
of those.
bony bum.
What do I need to get? One of those implants. What do they put in there?
The butt implants.
Yes.
I thought that would be very uncomfortable to sit on.
I think so too. And and I do like to be natural, but bloody hell, I like to be natural as long as I don't look in the mirror.
There's a disgusting video online, you may or may not have seen it, of a woman who has a butt implant and she flips it around. And so the flat side is out, and then she flips it back. Have you seen this?
No, and I don't think I want to.
Yeah, it'll make you definitely not want to get one of those.
On the other hand, it might be good for a diet. Like you watch that just before you eat, and you don't want to eat anymore after seeing something so revolting.
Maybe. I don't know.
How pathetic are we that we have to do all these things to our bodies? It's not fair.
Well, just imagine your corpse after you die. Everything's going to rot away, but those implants are just going to be sitting there with your skeleton.
Oh my God! But then I always think, about people that are very grossly overweight. Well, once they're dead,
Skinny
they'll
skeleton.
be skinny. They'll be skinny.
I had a friend. Her mother she had, I think, 6 or 9 kids. They were Mormon. And her mother was obese, but she would say there was a skinny girl inside of her because she had once been like a beauty queen when she was in her maybe 20 years old, and she gained a lot of weight. But she said underneath all her fat was a beauty queen.
And I actually say inside of me is a fat person, meaning I eat non-stop, and I just have very good genes.
Lucky.
Yes, my husband looks at food, and he gains, and meanwhile I'm the one stuffing my mouth.
Yeah.
So I remember I had a neighbor. She said to me, "Don't sleep well at night because I have a knife." This was after I ate half a chocolate cake.
What?
I ate half the chocolate cake
But what was the knife about?
because she was going to come and murder me because.
Oh, wow.
I just realised I've spoken twice about murder. I have to be careful, you know.
Dark. It's getting dark.
Yes, it is. But, suddenly someone dies, and then they'll go, well, Caroline, said she's going to kill her mother, and the neighbour was going to kill her, and so maybe it's her.
Well, that reminds me, I don't know why, but it reminds me of a story. I had a roommate who was pretty fat. I never saw her eat. But then one day, I noticed all the spoons were missing, and I confronted her, or I asked her about it. I said, do you know where the spoons are? And she very sheepishly went into her room and came out with all these bowls and spoons, like she had been secretly eating ice cream or something in her room, hiding.
And that's pretty sad, isn't it? You know, she should have shared it with you.
I think a lot of fat people, they eat in secret.
Yeah, and I think there might be skinnies as well. There might be skinnies doing that too.
You never know. You never know.
Anyway, we were covering a lot of important, subjects here.
Important or not important?
Bums, fat, what else? It's all vanity stuff, isn't it? Isn't it about what's inside that's important?
Yeah. It's all about what's inside. That's why we do comedy, so people can judge us by our personality instead of just our looks.
Exactly, like now we're speaking and it's a podcast. They can't see us.
No.
We could be lying through our teeth. I could have a huge bum and be really fat.
Yeah, they're going to have to look you up online. So where can people find you online, Caroline?
Well, of course, they can find me on Instagram, Caroline Langford Comedy, and I'm on Facebook. And I'm always at GT's, aren't I?
Yeah, you're here at the Comedy Jam, and we're glad to have you on again. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm always happy. Love to come here. Thanks a lot.
All right, let's keep this show going. We have one of our favorites, who's a regular at GT's Comedy Jam. She is from across the pond, and she's a very funny lady. Introducing Caroline Langford.
Let me have a look. What have we got here tonight? Bloody hell, there's not one person here. Hang on. No, there's not one person here that can understand me. Understand how I feel. How hard it is to get older when you're good looking. I mean, look at me and imagine me 40 years ago. I mean, I'd walk along the street, the men, they were like dogs after me. And I do love dogs. They were lusting for me everywhere. Nowadays, I've got to work for the lust. I have to go every single day to the old age home for it. Anyway, I started out, I went into Mr. Cohen's room. I gave him a pole dance on his IV. It was going very well, let me tell you. There was a lot of lust. May he rest in peace. After that, I went into Mr. Brown's room. I gave him a lap dance. And now he's getting his hip replaced. I mean, my God, how heavy am I? But there was one man couldn't take his eyes off me. I mean, he was staring at me. And I'm thinking, oh, Caroline, you still got it. Then they closed the casket. I tell you what, though, they used to photograph me in all the magazines. Oh, yes. But recently, I was photographed in a very important magazine, Full Figure, Osteoporosis Monthly. Do you know what osteoporosis is? Do you know? What is it? It's the crumbling of the bones, kind of like my previous marriages. Actually, when the doctor told me I've got osteoporosis, I said, Doctor, that's the best news. You see, I've never been able to touch my toes, but it's going to happen naturally. You know something? I get young girls coming up to me all the time. They say, oh, if I can look half as good as you when I get to your age, I'll be happy. And I'm like, But you don't look half as good as me now, darling. Oh, I see we've got my sex therapist here tonight. Hi. Anyone in need of a sex therapist? I'm sorry, but I don't recommend him. I've slept with him 20 times and I'm still no better. What language was that? Do we have foreign people here? Oh, no. I tell you something, I say in life you have givers and takers, right? I mean, I'm looking at you here and I'm asking, are you a giver or a taker? And then I'm saying, don't bother answering. I see it says taker etched on your forehead. Is that your husband?
No.
Better then. We've got a few takers here tonight, I can see that. I myself am a giver. It's in my nature. I'm a very giving person. I've lost count of the amount of men I've given herpes to. I tell you something, sometimes I get, I have to do things that I don't want to do. Does that ever happen to you? That you've got to do these things. And like, for instance, I have a problem buying presents for very old people. Because, let's face it, it's a bloody waste of money, isn't it? I mean, I was at this funeral last week. I said to the girl, oh, your grandma, what a lovely lady. But I wondered if I could get back the scarf I gave her, because there's a 30-day return policy in the store. So she said, but I just buried Grandma in it. And I said, well, she's right there. Can't you just pop the lid and get it out? Anyway, I took the scarf back to the store, and they refused to refund me my money. They said it smelled like something died in it. You see my point? Anyway, I've got moments that I just get nostalgic for the good old days. Do you? Does that happen to you? Oh, and but they tell us, they say it's not good to live in the past. But I can't help it, because I think back to the best time in my life was when my son was on drugs. It was a great time. I mean, he was so stoned, he didn't know what a terrible mother I am. Also, I didn't have to go out and buy it. He brought it home. That was mother-son bonding, if you know what I mean. You get parents when their kids are on drugs, they blame themselves. But not me. Oh no, I did everything right. I mean, I breastfed him until his bar mitzvah. And that wasn't easy when he got braces. Yeah, but he's all grown up now, sober, married, and he called me up. He said, Mum, you're going to be a grandma. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you have the wrong number. My friend said, don't worry, you will see the little angel and you'll start getting all those grandmotherly feelings. Fine, so off I go. And I'm looking down at the little angel and I'm, oh my God, that's got to be the ugliest baby I've ever seen in my life. How can that share my DNA? And to top it off, he's really grumpy. I mean, my God, with looks like that, you should at least have a nice personality, right? Anyway, my name is Caroline Langford. Thank you very much.
All right, Caroline Langford. Wow, I've seen some ugly babies myself. My ex-boyfriend, actually he wasn't even a boyfriend because he wouldn't commit. My ex-booty call went out and had a baby with another woman. And that baby was so ugly. Have you guys ever deleted somebody from Facebook because their baby was too ugly? I wanted to, but I didn't. I'm a good person. I just watched the baby grow up through all its ugly stages. Like, ours would have been cuter. But anyway. We're having fun tonight now, right, people? Yeah.
Hey there, we are here at Liquid Zoo with Scott Blugrind.
What's going on?
What's up, Scott? How you doing?
I'm feeling very animalistic. People are showing up with people. I'm feeling great. It's Thursday night. It's after Christmas, and we're in beautiful
Cold.
Van Nuys at a dive bar.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful contrast from Christmas.
So, you ever perform at dive bars?
I did one in Reseda a couple months ago at PD's place, and it was okay. It was, I've actually played there with a band, so just going there and. But I'll tell you something. It was one of those nights where it wasn't a great crowd, but I actually met some other comedians on the bill that have become cool friends, and I've seen them around. And
Nice.
You know what I mean? That's how it kind of goes sometimes.
Well, the dive bar is a relaxed atmosphere, so it's good for meeting people and socializing.
Yeah, and then any show you do with other comedians, there's a bunch of people really playing the game really hard, and I see them everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's good to meet people, and some of them I've seen online doing shows with my friends, and like, oh, yeah. So, and then they know me, and they know what I do, and
you're a guitar comic.
Guitar comic, that's right.
How long have you been playing guitar?
Forever, like 30 years.
When did you start? How old were you?
Now you're gonna know how old I am.
Yeah.
I started when I was a kid. Just all the other kids wanted to play with trucks and Batman. I wanted to be Elvis and play guitar.
I've been playing guitar for I was in junior high.
Yeah,
I was the kid with the guitar in junior high.
That was me, bro. And it's like when I was in high school. Anybody who knew me in high school, it's like if you were getting out of class going to assembly, I was playing guitar. I played guitar in the jazz band. I played guitar in the marching band. I
was in marching band, but I was flag twirling.
I've never seen a guitar in a marching band.
It was actually really funny. We had a new teacher come in, and I said, I'm playing guitar in the marching band. He said, how are you going to do it? So I was buddies with the janitors, and the janitors had this cart that they would pick up trash cans on. So I had my amp, and I borrowed amps from everybody, and then my buddy, we drove down the track.
Wow.
And I had long hair, and it was back in the heavy metal heyday.
Wow.
And I had my marching band uniform, and we'd pull right in front where the cheerleaders were, and I would play. So if you were right in front of me, you heard me very loud, but if you were to the side, you didn't hear a damn thing, but I looked cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Were you in LA back in the 80s?
I was born and raised out here, man.
Did you hang out at on Sunset Strip by the whiskey in the 80s?
Whiskey in the Rainbow, and
oh my God.
every weekend.
Remember the shit that used to go down? All the flyers all over the place.
That was
the crazy kids with the mohawks and
Gazzari's, the paintings on Gazzari's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the Motley Crue, all the Motley
Dude,
Crue
I'm
fans,
all about
and the
that.
Guns N' Roses.
Poison.
Axl Rose used to live down the street, and it was just wild. And here comes Nirvana. It's like, what do you call a fire extinguisher?
You know what? People say that, but you know who just sold out a bunch of stadiums? Motley Crue, Def Leppard, and Poison are doing a package tour. They sold out football stadiums across the country. So,
yeah,
people like us, we still want to have a beer and listen to some fucking Crew or something. It's just good time party music. A lot of times, I like it all. I like Nirvana. I like all the some great stuff in the grunge. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's there's good party music. That old rock.
I miss those days. You just it was
go to the Rainbow.
You just hang out on the streets just to be part of the scene.
Hey, and this is an announcement that I just found out today. I'm going to be hosting an open mic at the Rainbow Bar and Grill upstairs.
They have a nice upstairs.
I've been there. I've done a lot of open mics.
Yeah, that's a nice
Yeah,
upstairs.
they're starting it up again. It's, DJ Will?
No.
Well, DJ Will, he runs the whole upstairs there, and we're going to start an open mic there.
I like that place.
Me too.
It's awesome.
And actually,
Forgot about that place.
as an Italian restaurant, it's legit.
Yeah.
There's great food
I
downstairs.
went there for my birthday, maybe a year and a half ago.
And it's like you never left?
No, I mean, what I was going to say is I have a baby, and one of the places you can take babies is restaurants, so I could still take my baby there.
Baby's first Jack and Coke.
Yeah, right?
Mom used to do lines on the table with Slash. Just kidding now.
But yeah, I mean, it's baby friendly, even though you don't think of it that way.
I never would have thought of that.
Yeah.
I picked up some babes, but that's a whole different game now. That was back in the day because it was the best deal in town.
Wow.
Because you get there, it's like $10 to get in, you get 2 drinks.
Yeah.
You go up top, it's another $5, you get another drink. So you get 3 drink tickets for $15. You have money to tip and 3 really strong Long Island iced teas.
Yeah, it's a fun place.
It was the jam.
So you had some problems when you showed up here trying to get your setup set up.
Yes, I always need a mic stand. And I guess when you're playing some places, that other dive bar caters to a lot of bands, so they have a lot of equipment on stage. But I should have learned that lesson, because I've learned that lesson before, to bring a mic stand. Because of course other comedians can just hold the mic.
Yeah.
When you're playing guitar, you need a mic stand. So
yeah. Well, you got it sorted out.
Got it sorted out, and which is great.
Yeah, they're hiding it in the office.
Whew. But that's a good note, and you never know, hosting open mics.
Yeah.
You might have someone who has props or something like that, so it's good to,
Yeah, yeah. Well, we had to bring our own amp too. To plug the microphone into.
That's right. They don't have a house system.
Yeah, this is not a high tech place here.
That's rock and roll, though. But that's a lesson learned. And that's another reason I brought my own amp, because remember I told you about that gig I did at Boca de Pipo, or however you say it.
Okay.
It was the one over by the Grove, and when we first showed up, and then the people that booked me, it was like a corporate party, and someone saw me perform at the Laugh Factory, and then asked me, "Hey, you want to do it outside?" And it was just a mic. It was like one of my very first mics ever. And then I walked outside, I got a corporate gig. I was like, "What?"
Oh wow, nice.
And so I show up, and they didn't have any PA. They assumed the restaurant did.
Oh.
So luckily, one of the guys had a mic, but he in a little small amp. But
wow.
I should always know, bring a mic stand.
You told me you had to improvise your mic stand that night.
Oh yeah, my wife held the mic.
The whole show.
Just for I do some stand-up parts, but for the guitar songs, yeah.
Wow, what a nice wife.
Yes, she's.
So we brought her tonight. I'm excited to meet you guys. It's her first time on the show, and
I'm excited.
It'll be fun.
I have a new song I'm debuting tonight.
Oh, cool! Wow.
It's about because I'm a substitute teacher.
Okay.
And there's what I'd like to say about kids.
Right.
To the parents, like an honest thing, but I have to not.
Right.
So I wrote a song based on Highway to Hell.
Okay.
Called "Your Kid's a Demon from Hell."
Oh yeah, I bet a lot of people think that.
Oh yeah, everybody's had your kids go to school. There's one kid in the class. You're like, or when you were in school, there's that one kid. Yeah. So I get to vent, and then I go back to class. You always said.
Just hope that they never ever hear the recording of you talking about how much you hate your students.
Oh, I don't hate them. It's just when you're trying to have them quiet and teach.
Yeah.
It's better to have them quiet. I don't know.
What you're saying. You can't love everybody equally, even if they're kids.
And some kids, if you were kicking a ball around, they'd be so funny. But when you're trying to teach math,
yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. I can't wait to play it. I've been trying to think of a good substitute teaching song.
Well, for people listening, where can they find you online if they want to check out your stuff?
At Scott Blugrind, SCOTT BLUGRIND on Instagram, Facebook. Lots of fun stuff happening, and thanks to GT and you for having me here tonight.
All right. Thank you.
Rock on!
We have got something very special for you. No more talking. Let's get down to some fun. This is GT's Comedy Jam, so we need to jam with some music. We have a guitar player. Woo! Woohoo! Scott Blugrind, coming to the stage.
Hey everybody, what's up? Oh yeah. How's everybody doing tonight? Do you guys have a nice holiday season tonight? I had a great one. You know what? I was at a bunch of holiday parties, and I keep hearing girls say the same thing. They're like, I want a sugar daddy. I want someone to give me gifts, but I don't want to sleep with them.
I want him to have a nice ride, have matching shoes. I want him to just, I don't want any of my friends to see him. I just want him to be my little sugar daddy. And I'm like, how does every girl have the same vision in their head? And then I remembered, Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is fucking it up for everybody. That's my first joke. Thank you. Oh, yeah, that was tight. That was tight. Well, hey, a little bit about me. I'm from the Valley. I'm the 818. Any 818 people? Come on, make some noise. Woo! Because, you know, actually, I first grew up, I was in South Central. I'm from South Central, everybody. Thank you. South Central, San Fernando Valley. That's like Woodland Hills, Tarzana, Reseda. Come on, that's Valley Valley jokes for you. Thank you so much. Valley jokes, trying to relate to the people of Van Nuys. All right, that's stuff. Thank you. So, you know what? You know what it's time for? It's time for short jokes with short riffs. I'm gonna do short jokes and say short riffs. If I call a boombox a ghetto blaster, am I stereotyping? Can't touch that. Every day I beat the odds. Every day I beat the odds. Well, that's what I call it, because I have 3 testicles. 3, it's a magic number, and an odd number 2. Thank you so much. You guys are wonderful. Great crowd. Great crowd. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, I got a new song I wrote, because I'm a substitute teacher who just did a penis joke. Thank you so much. You know, there's something I wish I could say to kids that I teach, but I can't. I have to be so nice. Because every class has that one piece of shit kid, right? And at the end of the day, the parent comes up and goes, how was he today? And I'm not allowed to say that. I'm like, your kid he's full of possibilities. Yeah. And then a little, my mentor teacher's voice comes up in my head. Say something nice about him. I love the way he puts like one foot in front of the other and he's able to like move and stuff. It's fantastic. But here's what I really want to say. He's a bully. He's a cheat. He put a thumbtack on my seat. Ow. Come on, that's funny. Fuck you. Got no homework. Got no brain. He's like El Chapo, but more insane. Got no reason. Cuts in line. And he's a ball hog too. I sent him down off his town. Don't look surprised, miss. He's waiting for you. Your kid's a demon from hell. Demon from hell. No comprende? Diablo del Inferno. Demon from hell. Your kid's a demon from hell. New song, come on. You know what? Thank you. I really love like lukewarm responses. Perfect. Thank you. But knowing my luck, that parent would be standing there, and some little boy would come up and go, "Oh, mommy, mommy, mommy." I'll be like, "Oh, that's your kid? Oh, he cool." That's officially the end of the bit. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, back to short jokes with short riffs. Oh, this is a good one. I like Happy Meals. That's why I avoid eating with my family. Because they fucking crazy. Come on. I love this. Here we go. I invented a brand new product. It's called Horoscope. It's a mouthwash for prostitutes. Roxanne, you got some fresh breath. Roxanne, you got some fresh breath. New horoscope comes in mint and cinnamon. What's your horoscope? My aunt loves horoscopes. You ever got that family who, person in your family just believes in horoscopes a little too much, right? I'm a Cancer. She's always like, I'm a Cancer. She's a Cancer, and my uncle is a diabetic. Disease joke. Thank you so much. But my uncle, he just had a bypass. Shit, I know, huh? But he loved it. He doesn't walk the same or talk the same. Well, it's not the surgery. You heard a hall pass? In a marriage, you get a hall pass for the weekend. Well, he got to go on a gay cruise to the Caribbean, so it was his bypass. Do you believe in life after love? That's Cher, because he's old and gay. Come on, that's funny. Let's see. Thank you. Oh yeah. You know what? Every day I'm on my iPhone. All day I'm on my iPhone. And you know what? I kind of wish my life was like an iPhone. Because then I could go into my settings and look at my son and turn up his brightness. Because he's a dumbass. You're like, oh, you don't understand what Daddy's saying? Oh, is that a full sentence? Oh, now you're being a smartass. You got a spelling test tomorrow? Oh, you want me to play your 2K game? Where you dunk on me every 5 seconds because you know all the special moves? Phone jokes. Thank you so much, phone jokes. Oh, they say comedy takes guts. They say comedy takes guts. Well, I've been waiting, and I hope when they take my fat gut, they take my fat ass too, because Daddy wants to wear skinny jeans. Thank you. Oh, here's one. Fuck that one. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to do a song for you. Is that cool? Because I just love you guys. Well, you know what? It's the United States, not the divided states. Oh, shit. Oh, you going to get political. Not really. Because it's time to unite the political parties with the song I call Unite the Political Parties. Kick it! Trump wants to build a $5 billion wall. That's a lot of money, Liquid Zoo. Tijuana's making ladders, 100 feet tall, 20 bucks. I can afford that. Went to North Korea, Trump is going back soon. That's right. I want a Gangnam Style with Kim Jong-un bucket list. I'm serious. But we gotta fight and unite. Political party. All right, group time. Here we go. We're gonna fight and unite. Political party. My people. Democrats want to give everything for free. I like that. They want 1% to pay everybody's fee. Put my tab on 1%, please. Wait, light already? Okay. Democrats. Worst presidential candidate says Democrats got plenty. Who the fuck are these people? Huggy Stiffy Joe Biden in 2020. Oh shit. But we're gonna fight and unite what? Political. Pelosi lady. Open Congress style. Last verse, here we go. It's Fox News versus CNN. That's right. Watch Friends reruns with my baby pen. My best friend. Anderson Cooper versus Sean Hannity cage match. Oh yeah, to the death. Come on. Millennials don't even watch TV. You guys watch network TV? No, we don't. Thank you. But we're gonna fight and unite. Political party. Dive bar set. Thank you. My name is Alfred D. Newman.
More clapping. More
Take your
clapping.
PA with you. Your little guitar.
I'm moving out. That's it.
All right, that was fun. Okay, you guys need to clap and laugh a little bit more for these people. Yeah, we're having a fun time here tonight.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. That is Dive Bar Comedy episode 77, part 1 of GT's final show. And we will be having part 2 next week. So be sure to subscribe to Dive Bar Comedy wherever you listen to podcasts. And check us out online. We're at divebarcomedy.com. On social media, Dive Bar Comedy on Twitter. And GT's Comedy Jam has a Facebook page. So check us out. Stay tuned. Come see us live and keep supporting our show. Thanks a lot. I'm Wild Joe.